get this party started. So we're going to be recording the webinar just in case anyone needs it recorded for later on, which is great. And you guys are in for a treat today. So I'm Susan from Spoiled Agent, and we have our friend here. I think you all know Tabitha Bradley, who's a sales manager for Central Ontario and Atlantic Canada for RateHawk. Welcome,
Hi,
Tabitha.
guys. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Susan, for hosting.
Oh, thank you. And you brought some guests again, which is a great,
Yes,
and I think you've got some new additions.
we do. So we do have a Canada-wide team. I know that we were saying TBD on the prairies and out west, but I'm happy to advise that here in the chat we have Pankaj Mahindra. He handles British Columbia as well as Southwestern Ontario. And drum roll, please, I'm not going to ASMR everybody, but if you are based out in Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta, you have and she's down in the chat, so please feel free to reach out. If you do have any questions, again, she's going to be your go-to gal. So we're so excited to offer you guys a Canada-wide team. And of course, I'm here in South Central Ontario and then out in the Atlantic provinces as well. Now,
Welcome.
we do also have a member who cannot join us here today. His name is Davar. If you prefer to parlez-vous français, he will have you covered as well. So full team here, happy to help.
Perfect. Well, you guys have it fully covered. I know you've got some exciting updates as well because the agents are going to learn how to get a quote in 15 clicks or less, which is
Yes.
fantastic. So just a few housekeeping before I let Tabitha take over. Guys, thanks for joining us today. If you have any questions, please, we're only going to use the Q&A box for questions. We're going to leave the chat for the chats. So I'm going to put some contact information, how you can find RateHawk on the Spoiled Agent Supplier page, how you can find about their loyalty program, everything like that as well. So any questions, we're going to keep to the Q&A, and we're going to table them at the end, if that's good with everyone here. Okay, guys? Perfect. So I'm going to let Tabitha share her screen, and thanks everyone for joining us today, okay? I'm going to close off to the end.
Amazing. So thank you all so much for joining me today. My name is Tabitha Bradley, and I am going to be sharing my screen momentarily, but I am a millennial, so if I break the tech, I do apologize. That said, while we get started, I did just want to give a shout out to Michelle, who I saw was at the Dubai Travel Show and heard about us there. So as you know, RateHawk is worldwide, but we are happy to be based here in Canada now, and we do have 2.5 million accommodations and counting. Now, one of the really cool things about RateHawk is that when I say accommodations, that's everything from villas to palazzas on the Grand Canal in Venice. Not to worry, we'll be visiting. But you also get things like properties for long stays, you get apart hotels, you even get the really cool experiential activities. So whether you're thinking a safari or the Hard Rock Hotel in Punta Cana, we have your clients covered. In addition, we have 54,000 B2B partners, and we work with over 400 airlines worldwide. Now, that's everything from Porter, if you have to get down to Chicago, maybe you're craving some deep dish pizza, all the way over to Etihad if you're thinking of going to Dubai for a travel show. In addition, we have teammates stationed in over 30 countries worldwide. And the reason that I love to point that out is because it's always 9 a.m. somewhere. So if you have a customer service complaint, we're standing by, happy to assist and lend you that support. In addition, 86,000 direct hotel contracts and 230 plus suppliers, including some of those named hotels that you might know and love for your clients. In addition, we are a multi-system service, which means that whether you're thinking you'd like to book hotels, you'd like to do an FIT for a smaller boutique property, or even exciting, book a car rental or a transfer or an air ticket in CAD, we now have you covered for all of those great systems. So think of us as your one-stop shop. And again, we're going to be going through how to create those FIT itineraries in about 15 clicks or less to save you guys time. In addition, I'm happy to advise that we do have a loyalty program. Now, one of the things I love about RateHawk is that we always work in net rates, but you can use the loyalty program to take advantage of them for your own travel or use that to assist your client and perhaps booking somewhere a little bit more experiential. So let me just go over here. And of course, you do have the option to use this as an incentivization strategy if you happen to be the boss and Christmas is coming and something's got to go in that gift card. So here you go for everybody involved. Now, that said, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second and we're going to go over here. Now, one thing that I love to point out about the RateHawk feature is that this main page is fully customizable. So say that you're here at your dashboard, you're working hard, booking a trip, and somebody walks into the store. Mrs. Smith has decided to stop by. In that case, you can actually hide all of your financial details and all of the working screen using that Shift R feature on your keyboard. So again, look down, and as though you were going to capitalize your R, you hit the upwards arrow and the capital R, and there you go. You have your complete and utter dashboard right there, helping you streamline all of your workflow. Now, one of the things I really love about the dashboard, and if you've joined one of our Spoiled Agent webinars before, then you guys are the experts. But if you're new, this is how you'll be able to handle your workflow. Now, one of the things I
Tabitha,
really, yeah,
Tabitha, sorry, I think you're not sharing the screen.
oh, it's telling me that I am, but let me try that one again.
Yeah.
Because again, millennials, we do so break the tech. So are y'all able to see it now?
Now it's fine. Perfect.
Perfect. So good to know that apparently tabbing from a PowerPoint does break tech. So learn a new thing every day, you guys. Thank you, Pankaj. So while you're here, I was talking about how easy it was to streamline your workflow, and now you can see it for yourselves. I'll also go ahead and hide that information in the event that you want to ensure that none of that financial information is divulged to a client who happens to walk into your storefront. Something else I really love about this dashboard is that you don't have to rely on the Post-it note or the 6-inch stack of paper on your desk to know what exactly is coming down the pipes in terms of workflow today. For instance, we'll actually advise you where the free cancellation and automatic cancellation is coming, again, in that week. So you can tell your clients, okay, Ms. Smith, your free cancellation deadline expires Friday at 4 p.m. Please reach out. On the other hand, in the event of automatic cancellation, we assume that your clients may not be going if they haven't applied a deposit, and so we auto cancel. And again, you've got all of that information down here. Something else that I really enjoy is our help center over here. So one of the things I'm going to point out in a second is our support tab. But we also appreciate that not everybody needs to talk to somebody. Maybe you're a little bit more DIY. So here's all of the ways and the workflows that you can check a particular feature of a booking. You've got that all available here, but if you go over to RateHawk, you also have your support tab. So we'll go into that in a little bit more information. But for now, because FAM season is coming, I do want to bring this to everybody's attention. Now you should be able to hold your phone up to the screen and get that QR code there, or feel free to download it on the App Store or Google Play. However, if you are going to be attending one of those great mega FAMs this summer, or maybe you're doing a DIY FAM for yourself and you'd like to take advantage of the experiential education, then one of the things I've always noticed as a, working for a hotelier back in the day was that everybody was taking pictures of the lobby and the logo so that we remembered which hotels we kind of liked. If that sounds familiar, maybe let us know down in the chat. However, if that sounds like something you have done, then this app is going to save you a little bit of time, because as we go through the hotels in that destination, you'll notice that there's an option to hit the little like button and a heart. And if you like that heart, give it a click, then that means that that property will automatically pull to the top of the list the next time you search in that destination. So that way you begin to develop a portfolio of properties and brands in a particular destination that you can keep referring to your clients year after year. Maybe you've been personally and you know that they make the best mojito on, the Cancun beach. Or maybe it's a property where they went above and beyond for one of your clients and you'd like to keep going back because you know that service is there. This allows you the opportunity to do so. In addition, maybe you're on a mega fam and you're seeing every hotel from the Cancun airport down to Chichen Itza. Then you know what, maybe if Mrs. Smith decides that she'd like to add a booking or a room or change a name on a flight, something to a booking, you have the option to request support and manage your bookings right there in the app. So you never lose anything there. We also appreciate that the office is anywhere that you can fit a cell phone in your pocket these days. So if you happen to be at pickleball and somebody says, oh, I'd love to get the girls away for a trip, well, not to worry, Sharon, let me get you all sorted over here. So we give you the flexibility to take the office wherever you happen to be. In addition, we've got your settings tab over here. I won't belabor the point. You'll be able to reach out to your reps for that one, but we allow for complete customization. So feel free to have Tabby's Travel located right over here. And if the palm tree does blow in the wind of your logo, feel free to include a GIF. Something else I really like is the opportunity to preset your commission. I'm going to go with 10% because unfortunately my mom figured out that I don't do math in my head. And so we're just going to keep it real simple. In addition, there's that Shift R feature that I was talking about, just to preserve your privacy. Same thing for airline tickets. If you'd like to have a dedicated commission rate, you can do that there, or you can go in a set dollar value. Same thing for transfers. Excitingly, those are now available in CAD. So if you're thinking you'd like to do a DIY fam, or maybe you're taking advantage of some points from a hotelier, I'm not going to name any, but you guys know my old business card, then you've got that opportunity there and you can get yourself to the hotel in style. In addition, if you do choose to expand your business, congratulations and mazel, but you can always tell them, please go ahead and register right there. And it pops up in your users tab here. Now, everybody who does register will be popping up right over there in their own tab, but feel free to designate a particular access level. So say you're bringing on somebody to handle your financing. Good idea, math was never my strong suit, so feel free to find somebody who can. But you see that they've got all the options to check your reports and not make any book. So we give you the ability to set your workforce accordingly. In addition, and this is just one I'll bring to your attention because I think it's very useful when you start making your bookings, we give you the ability to create a group of clients. So for instance, say that you have a group of Leisure Europe travelers. You might be able to open this one and you've got agents John Smith and Jane Doe. Great. Now, maybe you have a family that's traveling together. So we'll say the Bradley family reunion. You can create the group of clients, add the clients individually as you like, make sure that the name and everything is correct so that you don't have to edit it after the fact. And then when you are making a booking, if you know that that particular group is going to be going, you can add that group of clients and the name auto-populates, thus saving you time and eliminating any risk of, oh boy, is that Fernandez with a Z or an S? Makes it easy for you because you don't have to worry at point of sale. So I'll make sure everybody's got that comfortable, and now we can go to how to save you time and trouble. So we're going to auto-populate to Canada, and I'm happy to advise that Namira McBride will be your dedicated account manager. She is based here in the GTA, so if you are local to Ontario, it is a local call. And not to worry, a little birdie has advised me, birdie, no pun intended, but a little birdie has advised that we may also be getting a little bit of additional support out west. Now that's a TBD for a later presentation, but please know we are working on bringing you that full coast-to-coast coverage. In the meantime, Namira is the MVP. She will be assisting you with everything from, whoops, how'd I do that contract again, to, oh, hey, I get loyalty points, to, oh boy, I broke that thing and Tabby talks real fast. So you've got that opportunity to reach out with her. You've got her direct cell as well as that direct email. Something else that I really, really love about the RateHawk site is that we don't keep any of the information reserved for back of house. If you'd like to go ahead and make a group booking, right there. We even include the times that the groups will be in office. So if you're reaching out to the groups department, you know exactly when to get a hold of them. And yes, did I highlight this specifically? Might have done. So when you're working with RateHawk, a group is 6 or more rooms. In addition, say that you'd like to send something to the FIT department. Maybe you're thinking you've got the clients going into the Viceroy Sugar Beach in St. Lucia, but it's got all of, 15 hotel rooms, and maybe you'd like to request one bespoke. You can always send that email and request that they look into it for you. Something else that I really, really love is how quickly our customer service inquiries are actioned. Now I'm going to scroll in here so that you can see our times, because that's something that we actually include on the top of every ticket. 80% of our support inquiries, such as these, are actioned within 30 minutes or less. Now, I say actioned, not resolved, because that just means that we've got eyes on the file and there is somebody, a person, actively working to resolve your issue so that you don't have to wait or stay on hold or listen to the 27th repetition of take your pick. So something else that we have here is that I'm going to highlight how quickly we resolved this issue. This was sent through at 9:17, and yes, it is David, who's one of our Canadian team members, but you know what, Giovanna doesn't really know who she is. She just had that response. We're working on this. We will let you know. So within a minute, there was an eye on the file. Before this agent had stepped into the office the next morning, he had a response, and it was on something as granular as the type of bed. So imagine how quickly we're able to respond to something like a name change, a date change, a late check-in, etc. In addition, we provide you the opportunity to let us know if we were able to answer the question well, or you know what, if there's areas for improvement. And you've always got the option to do customer support in the app, complete with pre-check. More on that in a second. In addition, you can reopen it. And if you'd like to follow up on the status of that order in real time, you can actually open the orders tab right here, and it pulls everything down for you. You will have access to the invoice, the informational invoice, the PNR, the voucher, and your 2 options here. Now, this is going to become relevant when we do the selection, because you'll notice that we have the option to pay online using the booking site. So consider that as the generic, everybody comes into the office and applies payment tap. Or say that Mrs. Smith happens to be up at her cottage in the summertime and is not going to be down into the city to apply final payment. Not a problem. I can enable the payment link by client using a particular method of payment. I'll highlight that in a second. And then you have the ability to actually send Ms. Smith a link saying, hi, please apply payment using Visa, Amex, MasterCard, or Thought. So again, another way to resolve and sort of streamline your workflow, because we appreciate that Canada is a very big country. So if you happen to be an agent based in Vancouver, but your client's got she's got a lake house in Kelowna, then that way you've got the option to provide that to her and never interrupt your day-to-day business. So we've got that available. You can also see you've got the option to either create a new request, change a particular detail of the booking, or follow up on that particular request right here in the chat. Something else that I'll bring to your attention, that time zone right there will let you know down to the minute when that particular time zone or free cancellation is expiring. So that way you can advise your client and they have no way to say, oh, but you didn't let me know. Nope, it's available on all of the information. So yay, I see that somebody likes that feature. It is a little bit of protection for the agent because it is available highlighted in green on all of the communication between yourself and your client. So everybody's on the same page, and that does include on the PDF brochures that I'm going to teach you how to create. So now that we've got that there, this is our back of house. It looks really lovely. It is super easy to use. And yes, if you do prefer the more analog style, you can download your Excel report, no problem. We also break it down by the various components of the bookings, so you can always streamline accordingly. So go ahead and do like a smiley face or something in the chat so I know I'm okay to move on. And of course, we're going to be starting and daydreaming a little bit of Rome for the summer. So hypothetically, say that a client comes to you right now and says, you know what, I would love a luxury European itinerary. My partner and I are going to see 3 of the most beautiful cities in Italy. And you're like, oh boy, this is going to take a while to build. She says, I want May 1st to the 3rd in Rome. I want May 3rd to the 6th in Florence. And I want May 6th to the 9th in Venice. Now, if this sounds like a couple of really cool luxury itineraries from various suppliers that put tours together, well, I may have used them as a hypothetical example. So right away, you know that you're having the ability to create those itineraries for your clients with all of the goodies that they know to expect. So let's get started on that one. So let's say 5 stars in Rome, something beautiful. Now, please do note that you have the option to select your room accordingly. So if your client says, I want a bed and breakfast in Ireland or a full board in Firenze, you're covered. So let's go ahead. We're searching for 5 stars, and we're going to be doing the first component of this selection. Now, I did promise you about 15 clicks or less, so this is going to be a little bit fun. This, because it's a multi-city itinerary, will probably take about 20, but feel free to quote me on that one. Now, one thing that I am going to bring to your attention is that our map here is super granular. So as you're scrolling through with Rome, and as you can imagine, we'll have a couple thousand options available for you. You're also able to search by location. So say that your client comes to you and says, I'd like to be right by the Colosseum. Perfect. This is a 3-kilometer radius immediately around it. In addition, our system highlights the various metro stations so that if your client would prefer to be near a particular one, maybe they're meeting friends or they know that there's really great gelato by the Firenze or the Trevi, then they've got that available. However, say that she comes to you and says, nope, you know what, I want to be 1 kilometer away, maybe 2 maximum. Not a problem. Let's specify. In addition, if they'd like to be near the metro, let's identify less than 1 kilometer. You also have the option to set your star rating, your meal plan, and if somebody is particularly brand loyal, you can search by one over here. However, it gets more granular. Feel free to set a maximum price if they do have one. Feel free to select by various features, including pet friendly, we tell you right there, 4-legged family members should come too, or good with guests with disabilities. So say that you have a guest that requires mobility access, but in a destination like Rome or Sorrento or Porto, where perhaps the streets are a little bit more narrow and they're a little bit more cobblestoned, you will have the ability to find based on that. So we make it available. One thing that I will also bring to your attention, and this is going to be relevant in a second selection, is that we don't just offer hotels. For instance, say that your long-term client comes to you and says, oh my gosh, Brenda, I'm freaking out. My 18-year-old daughter wants to go to a hostel in Rome. I don't even know where to start booking that. Well, because you are such a knowledgeable agent and you have such a long-term relationship with this client, you can say, not to worry, I'm happy to take that on. And you can select a hostel. Now, we're not going to see anything right now because I've searched specifically for 5-star hotels. And if you can find me a 5-star hostel, then we will go. But for now, we're daydreaming of beautiful luxury properties. So let's go here. We're going to go to, you know what, I'm going to say the Grand Hotel Palace. That's lovely. So we're going to pull that up right there. Simultaneously, I can go over here, and in order to create my second hotel, and feel free to keep counting me on those clicks. I think we're at 3. That's 4 from 3rd to, let's confirm the 6th in Florence. So we pull up Florence, Italy, right there, same search parameters. You've changed your dates. This is now going to pull up Florence here. We've got your Rome hotel right here. Great. So while we're looking at the Rome hotels, here's the Grand Palace. As we scroll through, we even allow you to select the option for separate beds if necessary. We appreciate that not every couple traveling together is a couple. They might be sisters, they might be relatives, they might just be business travelers. So you have that option available. And here's our full breakdown of the booking window. So one thing that I really like is that you'll notice right now, only the client is available. However, if I hit the Shift-R key, all of a sudden, we do have a brand new column right here, including the net price. Now, if you hover over top of it, you get the full breakdown, including the price per night, in addition to that preset 10% commission. Something else that I really love, so that everybody's on the same page, is that we will actually let you know the city tax. So again, think of Mexico, where they have a 30 USD country tax or an eco tax. We will already advise your clients of that so that they can go ahead and budget accordingly. In addition, say that they'd like to do a quote right now. They're ready to go. You're like, oh, I need to get this. It's time sensitive. Not a problem. All you have to do is go over here to the chat, you guys, and keep an eye on the chat right now. I've just gone ahead and included that quote. You'll look for TB in the chat. Again, that does include the square meter. You can see that right there. No meals or a meal plan, and the cancellation clearly delineated. That's how quickly our system allows you to send a quote. That's also available with our mobile feature. So say that Brenda and Doug at Pickleball really want to go, you have that option available. So we've got that here. I think Susan's just copied that over, and you'll notice that we do have a variety of payment offerings. You can also hover over top of here and see the meal plans, and I'll scroll on in here, a particular cancellation policy, right down to the second, including the fee that your client would be on the hook for if they did have any there. Something else I'll bring to your attention, and you'll see this in the all-inclusive option, is this little tab over here. So please take a look, and every time you see this, we offer the package rate. Now, the reason that we have these prices available is generally for our all-inclusive options. So for now, we'll go to Florence, and again, we're going to be building this itinerary. So, Hotel de Nazione, and last but definitely not least, while that's working, we'll be looking for Venice. That's from the 6th, like that, straight through to the 9th, with a departure accordingly. You type it in there, easy as that. Now you'll be working on your third destination. So let's begin. We'll go over here, and we're going to create a particular booking. Now, if we're going to be doing the selection, choose is how you'll go ahead and create your booking, like so. This will be your full booking screen, so you have the option there. As you scroll, additional information, including cancellation policy, and any information that you might need to know, including the fee for extra bed, parking, or a cleaning tax. So we make sure that all of your agents and all of your clients have the information that they'll need. As you scroll through, easy enough. However, note that you are able to hold the booking using the wire transfer option. And if you'd like to have that payment link enabled, so say that you're an agent based in Vancouver, but again, you need to send that payment link over to somebody in Kelowna, not a problem. This is the option that you'll select. Something else that I want to bring to your attention is that because we work in net, you do have the option to set your commission accordingly. We currently have it set at 10%. We'll go in, amend it to 20 if you like. One thing that I really like about the RateHawk program is that in the event that somebody rolls into your parking lot in a Maserati, feel free to hit them with that 99% commission. Because we work in net, it's not our job to tell you your commission or your business model. We leave that to you as your business. However, say that you'd like to do a percentage of CAD, not a problem. Let's go in and say you have a service fee of $500. Now, depending on the booking, you might be very generous. For instance, currently that's a $500 fee, so you're charging a commission of about 40%, aren't you kind? But you know what, you can always go in and change that around. Say 10% commission, again, you'll notice right there you have that option. However, you can also choose to select just a flat fee. So in this case, it's $7.44. If you'd like, you can just go over here and do $8.50. Our system will automatically let you know the commensurate commission. So you can say, okay, it's a 20% commission. That's great. Or you know what? Let me be kind. So you have the option available there, and you'll see that right here. So assuming that that is the case, you're now familiar with how to book. Perfect. Let's go through to create a selection. Right beside it, as we go here, you're going to notice the plus ... button immediately underneath right here beside the choose. As we do, one click creates the selection, 2, and 3. So Europe, luxury. There we go. So I am Miss Smith. We're going to Europe. You have now created your selection. It's as easy as that. Now, every time you open that second hotel, so again, here we are in Fontana di Trevi. That's great. So we've got the Hotel della Nazione. Perfect. The Grand Hotel Palace, same thing. We can go in here, click the option, add it to the particular selection. You'll notice that you have a wide variety of them. I've gone ahead and created a few. So let's select this one. Great. We'll now go to Venice, find a hotel over here. I'd like a 5-star, please. And we're going to search Canal. Great. You don't even have to finish typing it. It pulls it up. Now, one of the things I really love about this feature here is that say that your client stumps you with a destination that you're not familiar with. I had an agent recently ask me about a property in Tennessee. She was like, they want to be near the Country Music Hall of Fame, but I have never been and I don't know where that is. So I don't know how to book this for them. That's not a problem. You can type in there and you'll see all of the features nearby. So let's scroll up over here and I like, ooh, we have the Baglioni, so that's beautiful. We're going to go there. Perfect, ultra luxury. So as you're scrolling through, you've got all of your pictures here, but you'll also see, as positive, our location relevant to all of the different sites. There's a lot of room categories. So as you scroll through, you can say, okay, you're 180 meters from St. Mark's Tower and 190 meters from the Doge's Palace. So you are right in the heart of downtown Venice. You know, you are 300 meters from the Bridge of Sighs. So again, you can advise your client accordingly or scroll in and let them know, you know what, you're 5 feet away from a fantastic gelato. As you scroll through, one thing that I want to bring to your attention, because I think it's just a neat little feature, is hovering over the facts of the hotel. Will actually let you know the type of socket type so that your clients can plan accordingly, because we're all about ensuring that the information you need to have or that your client might try to stump you with, oh, what exactly does a 230-volt plug look like? Well, go to Costco and find the one that looks like a ... message and you'll find it there. And yes, Wi-Fi is available in the rooms for you. So you've got that all available. The information is always made clear. And as you scroll down, any additional policies will be available right here. So as you scroll through, you've got that there. Something else that I really love is say that for whatever reason, this property is not available. We will actually select a number of properties that meet similar criteria and provide them down here. So in the event that a client has a time-sensitive request, or maybe you just need to get that booking done, you've got these 3 hotels to provide a quote for her and make it very easy. Now, that said, let's go in and add that last room, and we're going to go to the Baglioni. Now, all of these are in the lead-in category, so let's go here. You know what? I want one with cancellation just in the event. Jury duty may happen. Great. So you've now added this. And again, you can open the selection. Now that you've opened the selection, you're going to see the full itinerary. Now, one thing that you're going to notice is that I did not stop talking the entire time. So you're able to maintain a conversation with your client and create a full 3-city itinerary without so much as skipping a beat. You've got the options here. You've got your dates clearly listed, May 1st to the 3rd. You scroll down, the 3rd to the 6th, so in sequential order, 6th to the 9th. What does this look like in terms of an itinerary, Ms. Smith? Would you let me know what you think? So you've got that all available. In addition, we make it very easy for you to go in and amend your commission on various items of the property. So you can specify your commission individually in the event that there's one property that you'd like to recommend a little bit more clearly, or a room category, more on that in a second, and you can scroll through. You have the ability to select a discount, And if you do have the Francophone clientele, feel free to pre-select en français. It makes it easy if you are happening to work in a cross-border clientele. So we'll do that available right here. One thing that I really love is that you have the option to copy the link. Say that you need to send the information to her right now. Great, not a problem. Please, I'll put this in the chat just so everybody can check it. Please take a look at the sample itinerary that I've sent over to you, Miss Smith. We've got the 3 hotels broken out for you, including any prices and any notification. Now, say that Miss Smith does click this link that has just been sent through. What she's going to see is this right here. Now I'm going to open it in an incognito window so my system does not know anything that I've pulled up previously. This is Miss Smith's screen, hypothetically speaking. So if this is your screen over here in the white, and this is Miss screen over here, pardon me. Let's go in and open it again. This is Miss Smith's screen, excuse me. Now, this will be where your logo, your name, and your contact information appears. So again, if your logo does move, feel free to look forward to that. You will have that city by city itinerary for your clients, so she'll be able to print that off and see all of the destinations. And you have the ability to amend this particular destination. Now, say that Miss Smith takes a look at this, she's just sent it over and she's still on the line. And she says, oh, you know what? I really love this, but 4214 is a little bit steep for me. Do you have something else? And you can say, absolutely, not a problem, Miss Smith. Why don't I pull up the NH Collection Venezia Grand? That we're looking at about a 2,500 price point. Let me put this in the selection for you and we'll see if that's a little bit more convenient. Fits your budget. No, we don't want to complain about anything. That's accurate. So we'll go over here, and not to worry, Miss Smith, I'm just going to be putting you on a quick hold. I'll put you on speakerphone here so that you can see that available. In the meantime, please let me know if the other hotels are if they work for you. Now, as you're going through here, we can go, and I'll go in and add this to the selection, just like that. And now we have the option. I can also go back to our selection right here. And okay, Miss Smith, I'm just removing that Baglioni for you now. Yes, let's delete. Please go ahead and refresh your link. Now we're on Mrs. Smith's screen. I refresh, I'm Miss Smith, and you'll notice that now you scroll. If you hover over top, we've actually changed the Venetian Hotel. That's how quickly you can customize an itinerary for Miss Smith without so much as like stuttering over a sentence. It's already here. You can go, hi, let's go to Rome. Let's go here. I'll just refresh this. And in the event that you'd like to leave a personal note, as easily as that, it has now auto-saved. When you go over here, you have now had the ability to leave a personalized note for Ms. Smith. Think about this in the event that perhaps there's a restaurant that has a really great bartender who makes, a perfect pomodoro or something like that. Maybe it's a personal hotel that you really enjoy. Great. Now say that she says, this is perfect, I'm done and dusted, let's book. Perfect. She has the option to book now. She can enter her name, and as soon as she hits send, our system advises you to please reach out to Miss Smith because she's ready to go. She'd like to apply final payment, and that's how that'll all be handled. You'll be notified. However, say that Miss Smith would like to add an additional service. Maybe it's a hotel or a restaurant reservation, or maybe, and I think this one's really nice, you can go in here. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to pull open a demo car rental. Now, again, this is just me putting it all in there, but and there we go. Now, that is one of our luxury criterias, but please keep in mind that our car rental option goes everywhere from the economy, which would be for the budget-minded conscious, the budget-conscious traveler, so Toyota Corolla, for instance, all the way up to the ultra luxury, such as the Lexus or the Mercedes S-Class sedan. So we'll go over here. I'll set the cost. I believe I had that at 500, and it is in CAD. Let's go in and add it. It appears right underneath here. So in the event that you had booked a flight, a restaurant, an excursion, that's all there. Miss Smith, I've just confirmed your car rental. Could you please check? And you see that's right there. Last but definitely not least for Miss Smith, say that she would like the PDF version of her itinerary. She's going to share it with her partner as a birthday gift. Not a problem. You now have the ability to scroll down here and pull up Miss Smith's personalized itinerary. Now, it always comes with a coffee catcher because spills do happen, but as you scroll down, you'll notice that you have the full itinerary complete with all of the information that she might need to know, including the closest metro station and a couple of pictures. As well, you can see right here, there would be any information regarding cancellation policies as well as CAD. As you scroll through, you've got the option, and this is all printable, and you can take advantage of that there. In addition, there's your car rental. Now, before anybody panics, that's a decimal, not a comma. I've had people be like, wait a minute, it's 2 million? No, 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 there's a comma in there, as you can tell here. So just keep that one in mind, and we'll even let you know the type of car. You can always include that there. So that's great. But maybe you don't have the European clientele. You're like, yeah, Tabby, but that's fabulous. That's nice for you. Okay, well, maybe you do all inclusives and your client comes to you and says, you know what? I want an all inclusive holiday somewhere in Punta Cana and I'm going to have an 8-day stay, please. Not a problem. Let's go here. We can go Punta Cana. Let's see if I can spell my hometown correctly. There we go. We're going to go May 1st to the 8th. We're leaving on a Thursday. And we have the option for kids. So let's go here, add a 5-year-old. Sure, why not? You've got the option there. This is as easy as it is to switch from one hotel to the other. So you're done, Miss Smith's European itinerary. Great. Let's get on to the next thing to make you guys a little bit of money. We're going to Punta Cana. Now, say that when they want to be close to a particular, oh, I don't know, golf course. There you go. You type it in, it pops right up. You want to be by the marina. You'd like to be close to a particular school. You have that available. Something I really like. Let's try and see if this works. And again, please, nobody judge me. I just know how to spell this one easily. If you're looking for a particular hotel, it pops right up. So you have the option to just really streamline it here. Now, that said, let's go and see, you know what, maybe they want to go to the Hard Rock. You've got all of the options available. It's going to be great, but they want that high energy vibe. Not a problem. So we can go over here. We're going to be creating Miss Smith a 3-room category itinerary for a 7-night stay. So as you scroll down, you've got all your information, same as something new. We will always list the awards, of course, right underneath all of the very many room categories we have available for you. So as you're scrolling, you'll notice as well that we have everything from the 2-bedroom, personal assistant. It's all of the room categories that are generally available at the property and including the family suites. So something to keep in mind as well. Something else is that we will offer you a variety of different meal plans. So just keep in mind everything from the all-inclusive to the, you know what, we're grown-ups and we know where we're going to go. It's the a la cartes for us, please. So you've got that. Something else that will delineate is whether or not the bed is included. So you've got that right up front. However, let me just scroll on up. You have the ability to set the meal plan if you like. So we'll select all inclusive and we can move from there. And you know what? I'm okay with all options, but if you did have sisters traveling for a gals trip, feel free to select separate beds. We will let you know if anything is available. In this case, with this room configuration, 2 grown-ups and a little one, probably not. So let's open up the criteria here. As you scroll through, you'll see we even select the bedding for you. So again, maybe you want to make a particular quote, you've got that here, not a problem. So Miss Smith wants you to create an FIT 3-room quote itinerary. Not a problem. We're going to do with the entry level here. We're going to create it. Favreau. Smith family reunion. It would help if I could spell it. So we've got that there. So that was what? 3 clicks? Perfect. Scroll down and we'll do 4 click, 5 click. And then let's scroll down and get one of the ones with a personal assistant because that does seem like fun. 5 click, 6 click, and with 7 clicks, you've now opened up your itinerary. Not a problem. Now, let's make sure that they need transfers. They've got everything. I know, right? I love that little, oh, it's easy to do and it's fun too. So you can actually go here. Now, say that your client comes to you and says, aha, this looks great, but I want to know exactly to the meter how far I am from a particular beach. I need that information. Not a problem. We can go right here. We will go over to Punta Cana. We will pull up the Hard Rock Hotel, and it's going to automatically populate. Great. Let's scroll right on in, and you can say, okay, Miss Smith, I'm going to let you know exactly how far away the front door, so here, is from your beach. Easy peasy. Just give me a quick second. Here is the front gate. There's the sand. Okay, so as the crow flies, you are 544 meters away from the beach. Now, I appreciate that you're going to be traveling with a member who's a little bit more senior in age, perhaps mobility impairments. Is that going to be okay for grandma who is going to be coming in the other room? So that way you can advise accordingly exactly how far away from a particular landmark or feature your client's going to be. Now, I'm being a bit facetious with the all-inclusive option, but again, maybe your client is in Key West and wants to know how convenient getting around will be. So we make that option available for you. So here we go. We're at the Smith family reunion. We have everything available. Now, this is where it gets a little bit fun because our inside sales team and Namira, of course, are generally very, very keen to get the Canadian market on board. So, to wit, you do often see promo codes get shared. Now, in the event that you do have a promo code, you have the option through which to apply the discount for your client to help you close that sale. So, we're going to go ahead and specify each option individually. Same thing with the commission. Now, we've set that as a 10% commission. It's going to automatically populate over here. However, maybe we really do want Miss Smith to book that 2-bedroom personal assistant rock suite with a sofa, because of course that would be a lovely booking to make. So let's go in here and we're going to do all percentage. Makes it super easy for you right there. You don't have to do any math in your head. So commission is going to be 10%. That's going to be standard across the board. So I'm just going to auto-populate the field. There we go. Now, say that you have a promo code for 5%. You can actually go up here, amend that to 15, and then provide the promo code of 5%, which you would have the option to insert at the booking screen. Now, having done so, you will actually notice that we include that fun little 5% banner right here. However, if you feel like being a very generous person and/or are marketing minded, you can always switch over to CAD right there, which then changes the value into a dollar figure, which might help you close the sale because now Ms. Smith knows exactly how generous you're being and how keen you are to ensure that she's getting the best rate. Here you go. I've done the work for you. Here's my promo code. You have that available. Same thing, you'll hover over here and you notice that you do have your free cancellation policy clearly delineated. So Ms. Smith can't ever come back to you and say, oh, but I didn't know. Nope, it was right there highlighted in green. So you've got that available. Now, nuts, you have to get from the hotel somewhere. And one thing that I'm going to point out here is this. As you will hover over top of it, you will notice that we do have a package rate available. Now, please don't panic. We appreciate that you didn't teleport to the Dominican Republic. So in the event that your clients do choose to book that package rate, the only thing that they would be needed to show, even if asked, which I've never heard of, but if they do, the booking pass on the plane should be enough to suffice it. All they need to know is that there is a transportation component included, whether it's air, rail ticket, car rental, transfer, etc. Again, in the case of an all-inclusive destination like the Dominican Republic, Jamaica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that's going to be included right there, but you know you have that available. So just keep in mind, we do also offer our package rates. So you can go over here, but we are going to go in and add that transfer for Miss Smith. So easy enough to do. You've downloaded your invoice, you have it available right here in your system, and in you go. Now the transfer for this one, I've already done the math, and it works out in comfort mode. That is food to Hard Rock Hotel. I did the math, and our transfer worked out to a blistering 25 CAD for your clients, and that is in a comfort Toyota Corolla. So you have that available right there. name on a card, because that's actually one of the great features of our transfer. Not only do we provide the booking number to your, so for instance, the flight number, we will provide that to your transfer driver so that he can then track the flight and, of course, be at the airport to meet your clients accordingly. Many of our transfers also come with wait time. So in the event that there happens to be a flight delay or something like that, you can take advantage of that and advise the transfer accordingly. Something else that I really like about our transfer features is that many of them actually have cancellation policies. I've seen them up to 5 hours prior. So if you get that nasty notification in your email inbox that says your flight has been delayed by 15, you're like, nuts, I don't want to lose that additional component. Not a problem. Your client can reach out to the agent, or you, if you receive that email, have the option to go, let me go in and cancel it. Just rebook it, easy peasy. So let's go in and add that transfer. Isn't it going to be great? It's already successfully added over here. Perfect. So we can open it up in this incognito link, and you now have everything available here. Now, let's say you've got your promo codes over here. Let's say that Miss Smith decides to be a little bit mean to you and say, you know what, I want a non-standard duration. Yes, this is great, but I like 10 days instead. And that's actually something that RateHawk is really, really useful for. In the event that you're trying to find a non-standard duration, a long weekend away, a 10-night stay, you know you've got that available with us here. Something else, while we're working on this one, I'll bring it up in the other screen, is that we do also offer long stays. So say that you're here in destination, you really like Punta Cana. Okay, well, it's still thinking, but yes, I'm happy to advise we do have 10-night stays. So again, feel free to use us for those more non-traditional durations in the event that you would like to do something like that. Something else that I really, really like is if you go here and extend the stay, we're going to go straight through to the 31st of May. We can search, and one thing that's going to pull up over here is the option, let me scroll out, for non-traditional stays. So if your client is thinking we'd like to do a long stay, perhaps a villa in Punta Cana or a villa in Cap Cana, or maybe you have the snowbird clientele and you'd like a long stay in Key West, you have that option available for you as well. So we can scroll down here and pre-select for things like apartments and hostels in Punta Cana. And I'm going to search. I like Key West because it's nice and candy colored, and we're going to go for a month for your snowbirds. So we've got that all available. Again, pulls up on the map so you know where you are relative to your hotels. And this is going to be pulling up any guest houses, any bungalows, and any villa styles. So as you can see, you scroll right on down and you've got the option here. Let's go with apartments, apart hotels, and available. Perfect. So now say that you have a client that would like to go and stay for a longer duration. Not a problem, you have that available right here. Now you get to scroll through, and again, just to point this out, feel free to use us for those longer stays. We appreciate that that's a huge and growing clientele, especially when you have the snowbirds. So we can accommodate everything from the standard double room all the way over to almost your own little property. So again, you've got your triple studio, bay view, and as you scroll down here, all of the information that your client might need. So including Europe construction, you can advise your snowbirds, great, I've created a 3-property itinerary for you. Let's pull up the DoubleTree. And let's go with, actually, here's a fun one, Papa's Hideaway, just in case the Kardashians walk into your office. Why not? So we can go over here, and this one will go really quickly because I can't wait to show it off, and we're running out of time. So say that it's like 4:50 on a Friday and you need to get this done. Perfect. 1 click, 2 clicks, 3 clicks. Perfect. 4, 4 clicks, 5 clicks, 6. That's your second hotel. It's handled. We're running out of time. You're going to be late. You've got weekend plans. Oh, here we go. Here's that, what, 6th click? 7th? And now you're good to go. You've created a Key West itinerary in about 9 clicks or less. Feel free to count me on it. And everything is exactly where you need it to be at any given time, right down to the Google Maps. Again, let's download that PDF. We're going to share it with Sharon and Doug, and you're on your way. You've still got 9 minutes left to end your day. So you can even send the follow-up email. Right there, you've got that all available. There's your price. There's your location. And here's how close you are to the city center. So in the event that you do have a client that requires mobility assistance, they know exactly where they're going to be. As well, something that I do love, always going to be telling you that free cancellation expiry date. So your clients will always come to you and always know. So with no further ado, that is how you create one of those RateHawk selections in 15 clicks or less. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on it because I think it's a fun way to streamline your work and a little bit of fun when you're playing around.
Great job, Tabby. You had
Voila.
all of our, oh, here's my my reactions here. Let's have a reaction.
Excellent.
Let's do a hand clap. There we go. Just for you guys. Thank you so much. So just yeah, a little quick update here. Someone was asking, and if you don't mind, can you guys give a little bit of history about RateHawk? How
Absolutely.
how long it's been in Canada? I know Priyank, you did a great job answering all the questions, but I saw it in there. So maybe just a little bit of an update. I'm not sure who wants to table that.
Absolutely. And so I can go ahead and do that. So one of the things that I'm going to do as well is just make sure everybody has access to see your local Canadian team. So if you are keen on Kelsey and Pankaj, if you happen to be out in that area, that QR code is going to take you to their links so that you guys can touch base with them. Now, to give you a little bit more information about RateHawk, while you do so, we have about 10 years of experience with the European market, and we're actually one of the booking platforms of note for your colleagues and partners over in Spain, France, and Portugal. Italy, also gangbusters. Now, in the North American market, well, it does seem as though they realized there were two continents that they were missing, North and, well, South America. So here we are. We are in Canada for about 6 months now, maybe 7. Pankaj was the first member of the Canadian team to come on board in terms of sales rep. But in the span of about that 6 months, we have built that full Canadian team, and we are so thrilled to be back here in the market. And again, providing a service that Canadian agents, you might need to have in your back pocket, whether it's the ability to book a transfer or take advantage of those FIT Europe destinations that you might not have been comfortable booking before because you didn't have the support or you didn't have the information you needed. So that's going to be where RateHawk comes to play for yourselves. And again, we've got properties everywhere from the overwater bungalows in the Maldives with the Ritz and the Four Seasons to something as fun and funky as a villa for 15 friends in Cap Cana if they don't want the resort vibe, but they just want to do a gender reveal party on the beach somewhere. So all of those various options have been compiled into that one booking platform, and we use those 10 years of experience to essentially create the platform featuring the things that the agents needed. We didn't build the platform and then ask for your feedback. We asked for your feedback and then built the platform. So the features that you see are essentially designed to make it really easy for you to use. Now, in addition, we have your account manager. She's Namira. Like I said, she's based here in Burlington. She has a great deal of experience with the booking platform, so she'll be your go-to gal. In addition, we've got our country manager, David. I believe he came over from TTC, so if you've seen him around in town, that's where he's from. So one of the really cool things about RateHawk is that when they did decide to break into the Canadian market, they didn't just hire tech guys, they hired travel guys and then trained us on the tech. So we know the language you speak, we know the needs you have, and we're here to support you because, well, we are you. So thank you, everybody. Spoiled Agents, it's been a gem. I love these presentations, so thank you for your time.
Oh, great. That was a really great update. And I just saw a couple people asking if this has been recorded, and we record all of our webinars. And later on, give us a little bit of time. We're going to upload it onto the RateHawk supplier page, Unspoiled Agent. And the last one's there as well with Tabby that we did. So all of them are there, housed, which is great. And I love all the examples you did, how easy it is, and it's
Right?
simple,
It,
simple.
it really is. I like to joke that this is sort of the iPhone of the booking platforms because the second that you've plugged it in, it's easy to use. It's intuitive. And that to me is one of the things that was something we needed in the industry. Streamline your support tab, make your day job easy, and help you gain some revenue because, well, you guys want to travel too. So we've got that all available.
And Pankaj, I saw you had a question about are there like Airbnbs available, Verbos? Is that kind of stuff there as well? I know you
Yes,
haven't answered it, but just to maybe table it.
absolutely. I know Pankaj answered the question, but I'll just blitz ahead with that one because I've got the headset in. Yes, we do offer hostels, apart hotels, and apartments. So if you have the client that's thinking either the Vrbo style, the Airbnb, I can't really name the direct competitors, but if they have that style of travel, but they don't necessarily want to book it themselves. They want the peace of mind of booking through an agency. Yes, absolutely. Tell them we have it. If you want to book an apartment in Amsterdam to see Taylor Swift, done. If you want a long stay in Punta Cana, we have it. If you'd like a New Year's Eve party in Times Square, I checked, we had those rooms available. So use us for those last minutes. Use us for the non-traditional stays, whether it's the treehouse in Tikal, hanging out in, the cloud canopy, or you want to be at the one and only Gorilla's Nest in Virunga National Park in Rwanda because, well, you saw it on Condé Nast. We have everything available. Up to and including a surf camp in Costa Rica. So feel free to use us for your active travel too.
Great. I just checked in with our friends over here on Facebook, and there's a question here. Tina, and I know you probably talked about it, but just in case people missed it, I think it's important. Tina's asking, hi, Tina, do the quotes give all the details of all the hotels?
Generally, yes. If you're providing a quote, it will include, off the top of my head, the square meter of the room, the meal plan or type, the cancellation policy, which for me is like the deal breaker, as well as the accommodation, and to the best of my knowledge, the bedding type. All of that is available if you hit the ... button immediately beside your choose and selection when you're pulling up that room category. So junior double suite, here's how to book, here's how to select, and the ... over here is how to quote. That said, we do have the option to do personalized one-on-ones with your local rep via Zoom. So if you're like, wait a minute, she's talking real fast again, you will have the option to work directly with your rep, and that'll be a customized training for you.
Okay. I'm not sure if you can see Tabitha from Debbie. She's got a question. If you don't mind kind of going over how this commission works with nets and
Sure.
okay, so yeah. Did you want me to read
Perfect.
it out to you, or are you okay just to talk about it?
If you wouldn't mind, and I
Sure.
will also say Pankaj is our expert when it comes to bookings. So if you
Okay.
want to chime in there, also
Yep,
cool.
I'm very much here, and I was just reading Debbie's questions. It says, I'm confused about the comments on RateHawk bills us in net, and then can we change the commission? But all the rates you show are commissionable at 10%. So Debbie, all our rates are net rates, and you can actually set your own commission. So it does not have to be a 10% set commission. So what we generally do is when we are setting up commission at the back end support system, we tend to say that, it's safer to keep a 10% commission as a default. But anytime you feel that you need to make any changes in the commission, at the payment page where Tabby had shown you earlier, there's a box where the commission shows. You can just on the spot change the commission to 15, 20, or reduce it to 5, and the system will automatically calculate the total amount and shoot it out over there to, charge the credit card. So like I said, it's net rates. Commission is something that you can set based on your will. Hope I answered that question.
Really well. Perfect. Excellent. And Michelle also asked, if you're with a host agency, do they have to sign up, or can Michelle sign up for herself?
So yeah, so sure. So if you're with the host agency, you can just, reach out to us. You can either Tabby's email or to my email, which I'll put it in the chat right now. Depending on where your location is, we will connect you with the right sales manager of that location, who would then help you set up your account and help you register as well.
Great.
So I'm going to put my email address in the chat as well for everyone.
Okay, great. And Debbie has a part 2 to the commission question.
But I don't change. Okay, but if I don't change the commission, then is it standard? Yes, if you don't change that, it is standard 10%, which you have set it up in your settings at the back end. It doesn't, again, it does not need to be 10% at all. You can even keep it as net and keep changing the commission based on the requirement. So it does not really need to be fixed 10%. It's totally up to you to set it up.
Okay.
And I'm also happy to just hop on super quick and demonstrate where that might be, if that would be easiest. So I'll go in and I'll share my screen super quick, and then, and then I promise we can scoot. So if we're scrolling up over here, where you see back here in settings, give that a little click. And in your general tab, so right here, you'll notice that you have the option to preset your default commission. Currently, I have that preset at 10% because it's math I can do in my head. But if you were to proceed through to the booking screen, as Pankaj said, let's pull up a selection just for giggle's sake. Let's go here. I provide my own hold music. Great. It's going to pull up the one in Key West. As we scroll down, let me move my talking head over here. You'll notice you have the ability to set commission and edit it right there. You can also do so on a case-by-case basis up here. And if you were going to do that same booking, so go over here to Papa's Hideaway. Oh, that sounds like a nice one. Then you go over here, scroll on down. Your room categories are going to populate over here, and you'll see the Choose button. As soon as you click that, it will also provide you with the option to amend your commission at this stage as well. So you generally have 3 places in which to make sure that your commission is as you would like it. So you can scroll right on down, and where you see client price and commission, again, this auto-populates to whatever you set in your settings form. But as I said, say that somebody, I don't know, cuts you off in traffic on your way in, feel free. You can just whack them with 1.8 million in commission. So have fun. So you've got that there. Or, you know what, maybe it's your best friend and you guys are going away on a personal holiday. Drop it right on down to the net and make a blistering $18 commission. So you've got the option to go ahead and amend it however you like, but you have those 3 various points at which to do so. I hope that answered the question a little bit more visually.
Sure. And Helen just has a question, like, you know, sometimes everything doesn't go smoothly. I'm not saying it's going to, but do you guys have any a helpline, 24 hours emergency?
Absolutely.
Good.
Yes. So in
I
order to
can-
do so,
Oh, sorry.
Pankaj, go for it.
Sorry, I saw Helen's question to address to me, so I was just going to answer to her. Yes, Helen, we do have a 24/7 emergency contact number. We also have a 24/7 WhatsApp chat number. So the best part about the WhatsApp chat is that you are not actually chatting to a bot on the other side. It's a real human being sitting on the other side doing this. But just to help you even more is what happens is when you do the booking, we have a team which goes and rechecks your booking. Basically, we have team all over the world. They will call up the hotel, reconfirm the booking, reconfirm the room type, reconfirm the bed type, and come back, and there'll be a green check mark against your orders. So in the page where you have all your orders, there'll be a green check mark on the top right side, which means that your booking is reconfirmed. You do not have to worry. Now, to your answer, Helen, sometimes, yes, there could be an issue at the hotel as well. For that, you can always reach out to us or reach out to your account manager, Namira, and she would be able to help you with the hotel confirmation number, which will, you know, absolutely help you in, you know, for the hotel to identify this booking for you. Hope I was able to answer that.
Well, very well. Okay, there's just one last question. You guys have done a really great job. Excellent. They're saying thank you for the reassurance from Helen. So good job on that. So is there a cost for people to use RateHawk, I should say, the agents or any? Okay.
Absolutely no. It's absolutely free to register.
Well, that's good news because people like free, right?
Yep.
Good job. And I checked in on Facebook. Everything looks good over here. And I just want to say you guys did a really great job. You're all amazing ambassadors for your brand. We love working with RateHawk, something new, something exciting in the Canadian market. And I know the agents love it too. And we had a lot of questions. So that's great. The interest is definitely there. And again, this is being recorded, so not to worry, but I want to thank our friends for joining us all. And you guys did a great job. And all the spoiled agents for joining us over your lunch hour. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great day,
Bye.
everyone. Take
Bye,
care.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.